Okay, guys, somebody give me a 5 for 5 in there. Let me know. Make sure everything's okay here as far as audio and video. All right, cool. Thanks, Dan. Thanks for everybody coming here. Yeah, I know I just did a live stream just a couple hours ago, and but this has something to do with that, what I was talking about in that live stream. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you your daily update this morning, and then I know it's kind of early, but I'll keep an eye on it through the day, and we'll talk about it as we go. If you guys looked at my thumbnail, that's pretty impressive. Okay, that is a huge CME off the backside of the sun. Okay, we're going to take a little deeper look at it, but I'm going to give you some. I was showing you guys how the whole sun looked like it reacted, but I was just catching the first part of this halo CME and I didn't know it. Okay, so that's what it was. That's why the whole sun looked as if it was reacting. It was from that CME. I even stated in my previous live stream, it could be a halo CME or a big CME off the backside. I just don't see it, and it can wrap around. You can kind of see the energy move across the surface of the sun. It doesn't mean it's coming at us, because it's not. Let me say that first and foremost. But I'll show you guys that here in a second. But let me give you the space weather conditions here real quick. Obviously, guys, we got, X-ray flux. This is on the rise because of these sunspots turning in. Okay, they're facing us. They're going to be facing us, and the X-ray production is going to increase. And we're going to have to watch them really close this time, because this makes two halo CMEs off the backside. Now, that part of the sun will eventually rotate over here again. Now, it doesn't mean that part of the sun is going to stay active. It just means that there's a possibility of that. If it's already active, so it may stay that way. We just don't know. And I think it was the one that did blow that X-class flare off the side of the sun a week or two ago. Okay? Don't quote me on that one yet. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. But anyway, obviously the X-ray production here, geomagnetic activity. Remember, a CME doesn't get here real fast. 3 to 5 days, typically. Okay? Sometimes a little before, sometimes a little after. X-ray from flares get here almost immediately. So when we're talking about geomagnetic activity, we're talking about CMEs. And so that's why we're not having any reaction right now, even though the sun just did that. And it may not be, like I said, it's not coming at us anyway, but I do want to, I'm not sure if we may get some radiation like we did from the last one. I haven't seen any data on that yet, but it's a possibility, because this one, my last live stream, I told you guys I haven't seen one go off the southern part of the sun like this in a very long time. It doesn't mean it came from the southern part of the sun. It came from the southern part, but not necessarily close to the pole of the sun. It could be, a little bit higher in the latitudes there, and still look like it's blowing down because we can't see behind the sun. That kind of simple stuff, right? So, but right now, conditions are okay right here. We're not having, even aurora's down. We're not having a whole lot of aurora. Oh, I want to clarify something too. I was talking about green and red aurora. This is not showing you green aurora. I went back and rewatched my video, and I kind of made it sound like that. I didn't mean to, but this is just showing you aurora in general, and the chances of seeing those aurora. It just happens to be green to red. When I'm talking about looking at aurora and interacting with oxygen versus nitrogen molecules, I'm talking about red and green that way. Okay, not this. This is not showing you the color of the aurora. This is showing you the probability of it. Okay, so I just wanted to. Oh, good to see you, Michelle. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Are you guys? Is everybody buffering, or is everything okay? Let me. My stream health says it's all right. Oh, maybe not. Oh, okay. It's better now. Should be. Okay. But, so yeah. I just wanted to clarify that about the Aurora. This model is not showing you the code of the Aurora. This is showing you the probability of the Aurora and the position of it. Okay? It did kind of sound like I was making it sound like this was showing us green Aurora, and it's absolutely not. I didn't show you guys this in the last stream, but because of all these flares that are happening, and they're not very big ones, I'm not sure if that made it to C class. It looks like it did. They're skirting right at the bottom of C class, high B class flares here. Again, not that big of a deal, but we do see it in the absorption graph here. Okay, you'll see them hit. As soon as they fly off the sun like that, the flares, the X-rays, they're here in right around 8 minutes. Okay, it's dang near instantaneous. I mean, 8 minutes is not that long. So you can see it kind of doing here. And there was that last one right there. And you can see where it's hitting on the day side of the planet too. Okay, that's why it does it here, because that part of the planet's actually facing the sun right now. So that's why that is. I am kind of getting a little concerned about spaceweather.com over here, because they still have not. Well, maybe they are now. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see here. They may be doing this, because this is not showing you the CME I'm showing you right now. This was far side. It wasn't as potent as the first CME described below. Okay, yeah, so they have updated a little bit here. So okay, they're fine. I just wanted to make sure everybody was healthy or something, man, because usually these guys are like right out on it. So something must have been going on or whatever. But they're talking about the hard radiation here, and we did catch some hard radiation from it, from the big CME yesterday. I think it was the day before. Not sure how exactly strong this one was, but as far as size and photogenic, it's like the biggest one of this new sun cycle, looks to me. I don't know as far as size-wise yet till all the data comes in, but it definitely is substantial, and it could rank right up, or it could end up being bigger. We don't know. Could be the biggest one so far. I don't know yet. We're just have to wait on that data to get here, and time to pass so we can kind of look at that stuff. Seeds. Okay, this is really where I would usually take you guys to see LASCO C2 and look at this kind of stuff. Well, I can't, because they're not updating over here at Seeds right now. The data is over at ISWA. Okay, we're going to look at the data over there. But I like looking at this black and white imaging. We can go over to Cactus, but, it doesn't give us as good as captures as this, in my opinion. So that's why we don't. And Cactus sometimes is behind a little bit. It's not as quick to dump the data out there so we can see it. So Seeds is kind of not doing anything for us right now, so I'm not even going to waste our time there. This is SDO. We'll take a closer look at that here in a second. Now, actually, let's go back over. Let's just go ahead and go to ISWA. Let's just do it like this. In my stream a couple hours ago, I was showing you guys, if you guys can kind of look, the whole sun kind of reacted. See that? And I pointed out it happened at the same time as this thing blew off the sun. But I didn't know how big it was at that time, because we didn't have the data there yet. All right, so I was just saying, hey, it kind of looks like the sun kind of, reacted there all over the place. But I think what's happened here is we've had another Halo CME, and it some of that stuff just came around the whole front of the sun. Because it did. We had a filament here released too. And I'll show that to you here in a second. But you guys see that kind of blinking right about, well, I don't want to call it blinking because it's not blinking. It's kind of, you can see how the whole sun kind of reacts at the same time. But what it is, it's just that CME in the back there. We just can't see it. So first thing I was looking at, I was just kind of looking at stuff, getting ready to go lay down for a little while. And I come over here, and this is Lasco C2. This is on Soho, right out in front of our planet, looking at the sun always from our perspective. And watch this. Okay, I see all this stuff, but then another CME. Look at that thing. Okay, we'll get deeper into this, and I'll take you down into it so we can see it really well. But this was very, very photogenic too. It's really cool the way that it looks. I found it interesting that there's like bright spots, almost evenly spaced right there. So let's just go in even a little bit further. It's really interesting to look at. Okay, you see this? I mean, I don't know that I've seen a CME look like that. I'm not trying to claim anything here either. I've never seen it like this. Never seen one look like that. Now, like I said, this is going this way. It's going away from us. It's not coming at us. So if we go, this is Lasco C3. It's a zoomed out view. Okay, so we kind of see the whole thing. Notice this blast here first, and then the bigger blast comes. Okay? That should tell you how powerful our sun is right there. That is, yeah. And again, I find it really interesting that all this stuff stayed this bright all the way out. Okay? So that's significant plasma leaving the sun right there. And, yeah, obviously it's going to get a little bit lighter as it gets further away because it's going to do its thing and spread out a little bit, right? Like it always does. But isn't that interesting how you got like almost 3 equal spaced whatever there? I guess that's just concentration of plasma. I don't know. I've never personally seen one like this. It just looks really, really strange. But again, what the heck is normal anymore? Somebody let me know. I don't know. So if we go on down through here, and we'll take a look at it here, you guys will like this view here because this is the most photogenic part of it, in my opinion. This red view here right now is giving us probably the best that we can look at. And I'll show you stereo A from the side too, because it's interesting too how it looks. So let me grab this. We'll back it up some. And we'll go forward with it. Okay? Look at this blast, man. Boom. Look at that. Now, if that occulter wasn't there and we couldn't tell if it was going off the front or back, our butts would be puckering about right now because this is substantial. I have no idea how strong this is, like I said, but full halos are strong typically. Look at that. That is so cool, in my opinion. So stinking cool. And as it spreads out, boom. I mean, just look at the concentration of plasma here. And all the lines you can almost see the lines of magnetic connectivity here just, striating out like this. I'll have to go back and look at some older views from Lasco C2 and see if I can find one similar. But this is, look at that. That is like really, really cool. I mean, I think it's awesome. Yeah, this ain't coming at us, Becca. Okay? This is definitely not coming at us. I wanted to make sure everybody understands that. Okay? I'm not saying we can't get some effects from this, but this is not our direction. This came off the backside. So we really need to be paying attention to these sunspots coming around. Because if they're doing this, yeah. So, check out the side view from stereo A. Check this out. Now the satellites here, Earth would be over here. Okay, this is how I know it's going off the back. They're both showing, this is from our view, this is from the side. So they're both going away from us. This is not coming at us. Okay? It is a very, very interesting looking CME. Like I said, this is one of those that I don't know. It could be for the books. Who knows? Let's just update that real quick. This one too. Let me take it over here again. Now, I'll run these back the past couple days. Check out all these eruptions from this, basically the same area. Boom. We had one bounce off the front here. Small one. And then boom, check out that one. That was the first halo one right there. Okay? And then we get another one. Wasn't quite as strong, see? And then another one. I already showed you guys that. And then we get some missing data. Which is, see how much time we're missing. 1520 to 1605. So that'd be what, 9 hours of missing data? And that's not unusual for this, okay? I'm not sure exactly why this missing data on this one right now. Probably some sort of maintenance or something they're doing to it, or they may even have the data. They're just trying to do whatever with it and get it posted up. I don't know. I can't say one way or the other, but you can definitely see, even here on the side view, you see these three really intense spots. Is probably what we're looking at when we see these spots. Okay, we're up here on LASCO C3, the more zoomed out view I showed you. Those three spots are probably that here. Okay. That's just my guess. Again, I can't say 100%, but it is kind of, you get this big halo CME, but then you get almost like a straight shot of plasma, very concentrated in a linear fashion right here. And that's probably why we're seeing what looks to be like striations here. Okay? It's just really, really cool. I can't get over this. I mean, honestly, I think this is one of the best looking CMEs I've seen in a very, very long time. And again, this is the kind of stuff that we're going to be paying attention to as the cycle just picks up. Okay? But you can definitely see, obviously, there's no doubt that is a big CME. Especially when you see it blow off like that. Okay? It starts off as a halo like that. It doesn't go out a little bit and just spread out and you start seeing it. It starts that way. So that's a pretty powerful eruption there from the sun. And then, and check out how fast it's moving. Okay, now remember, this is representing the surface of the sun. So you got a good distance here. So this actually popped off right around 1513 or 1400 hours yesterday on the 15th. That's when this happened. Okay. This data wasn't here until about a half hour ago. And it's probably why Seeds don't have it posted yet, but they, ISWA's got it posted now here. So this is what we'd be looking at over at Seeds anyway. So look how fast this thing is moving. Pretty powerful, pretty quick. So I don't know what you guys think about that. Hopefully you guys think that's pretty cool. I know I do. Obviously you can probably hear it in my voice. It's pretty neat. Neat stuff. But yeah. And in Stereo A just complements it. With this kind of thing. I hope that data isn't missing. I hope they're able to put that data, post that data a little bit later once they get it or do what they need to do with it or whatever's going on with it. We see that quite often, okay? But I do find it interesting that all this stuff is happening on the backside. And, we did have an X flare, like I said, from the same area, I think, but it was going off the right side there as it exited facing us. So once that area comes back around, which it's healthy right now, so I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. We'll just have to keep an eye on it, guys. And there's other areas on the sun too we need to be watching, obviously, as always. But I just thought this was neat. Sorry. So we'll take a look at it here on the 304 angstrom, and we'll take a look at it down here, what it's doing. Now I want to show you guys this filament up here released also. It happened after the Halo CME. Okay? Actually, a good amount of time after. That's at 1517 right there. We'll pay attention to this right area here. There'll be a dark shadow. It kind of, you'll see it. Dang on it. Okay, it's starting to lift right here. I'll back it up so you can see the beginning of it. And then here we go. And it just kind of does its thing. You've seen it lift off. It didn't lift off real fast. But it did looks like it lifted off or collapsed back down to the surface. I can't really tell. But here is another eruption, guys. This is not that Halo CME. Look at the time. Okay? This is new. I don't have any data for this, but what you're looking at. Okay? And again, these spots are getting ready to be Earth facing. So if these are active right now, you know, we could be seeing some stuff in the next few days. Back this up here so we can take a look at it. Okay, that was the Halo CME down here. Watch. I showed it in my last one. Okay, there's that initial blast. And then there's those concentrated plasma flying off the sun right there. Okay? So, yeah. That's why you're seeing what looks to be like balls of plasma. Okay? Because it did. It really concentrated right there and came off in that shape. You can even kind of see them right there a little bit. But this is highly concentrated, very dense plasma that's there. I would assume. But that's moving fast. I mean, I can't tell you how fast, but just from watching what I do here, and for the amount of time as I have, it looks to be moving pretty quick. So, I mean, again, guys, this ain't coming at us. Just so you know. I mean, I don't want anybody to think that it's coming at us. Nobody to get, like, fearful or anything like that. Even if it was coming at us, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's, you know, time for that. It doesn't mean that it's not, but that doesn't look like I wouldn't call that like I don't know, like a Canadian event that we had where it knocked out some of the power grid up there. This is, I would assume that this is nowhere near like a Carrington event, okay? Any of that. This doesn't look to be like that big. But, yeah. So, we'll have to take a look at these, and I have, you know, like I said, I haven't seen stuff really look exactly like that, especially like on Stereo A here. But I have seen similar looking ones, and the ones that I've seen here like this, and you know, historically, they are pretty powerful. So anyway, spaceweather.com here. It looks like, yeah, they're circling in this area. So that's probably what they're trying to show you, is those spots are now getting ready to come over the edge. So we have to keep an eye on these spots. This one here was flaring. But, yeah. Noctilucent clouds. There you go. Yes, they're still there. They're about the same as what they were yesterday. Again, what's a noctilucent cloud? It's water vapor freezing around meteor dust that hangs around our poles. Happens in the summertime in each hemisphere. They're blue and metallic, and they're up really, really high in our atmosphere. Because up right above your head, guys, it could be 100 degrees on the surface, and you go up a few thousand feet, and it's like negative whatever Celsius. I mean, it's cold. So, anyway, I just thought this is the first Halo CME. You know, I'm looking at this one thinking, yeah, that's a pretty powerful one. But then then we look at this. Now, we couldn't see the center of that Halo CME because it went straight off the back. Okay? Now, if we looked at the side view from Stereo A, I was trying to look at some of that. I had it up here. I'm not sure what I did with it. I might have X'd out of it on accident. But I couldn't really see a whole lot. So, yeah. So we'll just leave it at that. But anyway. So, yeah. So there's kind of your update, guys. But I did want to, point that out, man. I mean, that's an impressive blast, guys. It really is. We'll take another look at it here. And let you guys see this again real quick. We'll zoom in. And then we'll get off of here for the people that just want to come for the, the shorter kind of report. I'm just going to push play here. We'll watch it play. Well, let's do it this way. Okay, whatever. Let's do it this way. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean for that to... We will, yeah. So here we go. I will back this off, and we'll take a look at this for a second. Enjoy what we're looking at there, because it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Check that out, man. I mean, and again, guys, and I say it a lot, it's not a matter of if, it's truly a matter of when this finally comes at us. This stuff will eventually come at Earth. I'm telling you guys, watch this first Halo CME. Right there. See that? That one doesn't look as strong as the second one, in my opinion. It just doesn't look as impressive. I'm not saying that it ain't. I'm just saying by visual, look at that. That's a blast. So, yeah, you're right, Dan. We don't see that every day. 100% we don't. And this is something, but as we do progress in the sun cycle, if we do end up having a termination event like they were talking about, that hasn't that necessarily hasn't happened yet. So we just don't know. If a termination event does happen, we won't see some big blast. What will happen is it will just jumpstart the sun, and it'll get really intense from there on out. The sun cycle will be very, very active and intense when those termination events happen. When two opposite polarities meet at the equator at the sun. That's what they call a termination event. There's a lot of people were talking about it for a while there. I mentioned it on one of my videos. But yeah. So, anyway, guys, I am going to go ahead and let you go. Yeah, so be safe. Yahusha saves, and you can drink this